Good day, everyone. This is the case of Shaw versus Shaw. Ms. Shaw, you are suing Ms. Shaw for $1,133 for breach of an agreement. You say the defendant owes you your portion of a vacation rental. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And the defendant, you say the plaintiff chose to leave voluntarily. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. I'll start with you, plaintiff. What kind of vacation is this, and what did y'all pay?
Your Honor, I paid for a room in a Airbnb. It was a cabin in Lake Tahoe. Myself, my mother, my father, my brother, and his wife. I've been kind of looking for an opportunity to actually come out to my family as bisexual.
Okay.
My girlfriend, her name's Brianna, she was going on a holiday family trip at the same time I was. Her family ended up coming down with COVID. Their trip got canceled, and I felt sad thinking about Bree being alone on the holidays.
Okay. Now, Shaw, who is this to you?
This is my mother.
Oh, you done brought your mama to court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Wow. All right, so you brought your mama to court. Okay, go ahead.
I decided to bring Bree with me. Upon arrival, things were a little awkward maybe, but nothing crazy until lunchtime. My mother was talking to my brother and had identified Brianna, as my friend, which I took the opportunity to correct her and inform her that Bree was in fact my partner and that we had been living together for the past about 6 months.
Okay.
I've never known anyone in my family to be homophobic, so I didn't really think of anything going wrong necessarily.
Yes.
But it was very clear to me that my mother was very uncomfortable.
I'm not.
Were you
homophobic.
uncomfortable, Ms.
No,
Shaw?
I'm not homophobic. I was not uncomfortable. I just was very taken back by her showing up with a guest and then to tell us all at that time that she had a female partner, which she had never shared with the family ever.
So you want to sue your mom for your portion of the family trip?
That's correct, Your Honor. So we kind of split the cost amongst the family.
And how much was the cost you sent?
I sent in $1,133.
All right, the amount you're suing for.
That's correct, Your
And
Honor.
do you have evidence that you sent that in?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
I'd like to see your evidence, please.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Did you Zelle it or did you pay cash? Did you write a
Zelle,
check,
yes.
credit card?
It was a Zelle transaction.
You Zelled it. All right, so you have proof of that?
I do. And Your Honor, I did want to kind of acknowledge why I'm requesting this money back.
Okay.
It would be one thing if my mother was paying for the whole cabin, right? Because when our little discussion while we were making dinner together started to escalate a bit, she said, well, it's, quote, my house, my rules, which isn't true in this case, Your Honor, because I paid for my room.
So your $1,133 entitled you to an entire room to yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
That was never, ever discussed. Like I said, she just showed up with a guest, and we all agreed to pay this amount.
Did you all pay equal amounts?
Yes.
How many bedrooms were there?
Well, there was 3 bedrooms and a kid's room.
All right, so there's 4 bedrooms and there's 4 people, 2 are couples, but they paid the $1,000. So it's reasonable to assume that each person would get a room.
Well, my issue was, Your Honor, that I have values, and even before her brother was married, when he would bring his girlfriend on trips with us, they weren't allowed to share the same room. And so we just asked her that she respected our wishes and our values as far as, you know, sleeping in a separate room just at night. They would be spending all day together.
So you said, listen, she can stay, but you guys can't sleep in the same room together.
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry, if I may. My mother seemed fine with Bree staying in my room initially. So, you know, I think when she was like, oh, this is just one of her friends, you know, like they're having a sleepover, a slumber party, whatever way she was viewing it, she was fine with that. But as soon as she learned that Brianna was my romantic partner, then the tone shifted, and this to me felt more like she was uncomfortable with my sexuality.
I also have a problem with the invited guest because this was just too much for the whole family to handle. You can't bring an uninvited guest, and then that uninvited guest happens to be your girlfriend. And then, on top of that, you have to come out to your family and tell them that you're bisexual. And then on top of all that, you also want to break the family values by trying to sleep in the same room with your girlfriend. To me, that's not okay. I would not allow my daughter to sleep in the same room with her boyfriend or girlfriend on our family vacation. First of all, I would not even allow my daughter to bring her boyfriend or girlfriend on our family vacation. No, no. So I don't think your mom was being homophobic. It was just overwhelming to receive an unexpected guest on a vacation that was already booked for the family. They didn't come to your place to sleep. No, this was a family vacation. So I just feel like everything was overwhelming, and I don't think your mom was even being homophobic. If your mom's reaction was homophobic, then I'm pretty sure if it were me, you would also say I was being homophobic.
Were you uncomfortable? Did it take you by surprise when your daughter said, actually, Mom, Dad, I'm bisexual, this is my girlfriend, and I brought her as well?
Did it take me by surprise? Yes, but was I uncomfortable? No. I love my daughter, no matter who she wants to be with.
Who curated this trip?
I believe my mother and my father both picked out the cabin together, but we all had a selection of different ones to pick from. We all kind of collectively chose which one.
Is this a yearly thing you guys do, vacations together?
Most years we try to, yes.
All right. So why does she owe you your portion? It sounds like she was fine with it. And even if she wasn't giving any indication. And you're saying that you felt like the environment got hostile? In what way?
When my mother and I went into the kitchen alone together to prepare dinner, my mother seemed upset with me. And when I was, explaining to her that, Bree and I had been living together for like 6 months, I didn't think this was going to be a big deal considering she asked if I was bringing anyone. My brother's brought people in the past rather unexpectedly.
So when she asked you, were you bringing anybody, what did you say?
I said, not at the moment.
Did you think, Ms. Shaw, that your daughter was going to bring someone after you asked her?
No, she never indicated, or even a simple text saying, hey, I'm bringing somebody.
So get me to the place where all of a sudden you feel like your mama owes you something.
Well, I felt as though I had paid for my own room. I'm an adult. You can't dictate what I do in a room that I paid for, especially if it's not within her own actual house. And the discussion my mother and I were having in the kitchen, there were some voices raised. Bree ended up coming in to try to diffuse the situation, and my mother started yelling at Bree.
What was she yelling?
Stay out of it. You don't know what's going on. And that made me feel a certain type of way.
I don't believe I was yelling. I was probably using a firm voice, asking Bree, can you just let us discuss this? It's between her and I.
Your Honor, she was yelling.
All right. And so was Bree upset, or was Bree just like, hey?
Bree was crying.
She was crying?
Yes.
Because your mom told her to stay out of it?
Yes, and she also felt just generally not accepted. The way my mother was acting and reacting, this obviously was not, I guess, how Bree anticipated it would go down first time kind of meeting the parents.
I don't know how, coming unannounced. And this has nothing to do with being bisexual.
I also honestly think Bree was doing too much. This is your first time meeting the family. They're having a family disagreement, and you want to settle it. There's a dad there, there's a brother there, and you want to settle it. Come on, you're just doing too much.
Not to mention the fact, Your Honor, that I had already pre-purchased tickets for our ski, and I was planning on paying for everyone's dinners while we were there, so that was an extra person that I wasn't aware of that was coming. And I never asked her to pay me back for the ski tickets.
So you didn't do anything. What happened? Why are you suing her? You say she owes you for your portion. You didn't stay there?
I did not stay there. Myself and Bree ended up leaving, especially after the conversation with my mom did start to really focus on my sexuality. Well, why didn't you tell me that you were bisexual? What else are you hiding from me?
I was more hurt, Your Honor, that she didn't share this with me because, I felt that we had a good relationship, that she could have told me about her, what was going on with her life. And so I think I was just a little bit taken back when she showed up and threw this bomb on us. And it wasn't like I was angry at her. It was just the whole situation.
Your Honor,
you felt like if that's something you want to talk about and reveal, if this is another level of your life you want to share, our family vacation isn't the time to do that.
Correct.
So you felt like she had picked the wrong time.
Yes.
Not necessarily the wrong person.
Right.
Because you didn't even know the person.
No, not at all.
All right, so you all left and now you want your money back.
That's correct, Your Honor, because although, I could understand my mom's position that maybe she felt hurt or I was keeping something from her, that's fine. But whenever I tried to de-escalate, it felt like she was escalating. And I just didn't see any way that myself and Bree could stay, where it would be anything but arguing. I mean, it seemed like nothing I said or did made my mother feel any better.
So let me ask you this. You know, you seem to be a smart young woman, and you seem to be intentional with your words, your thoughts. Why is it you didn't just say, hey, before I show up on the family vacation with a new girlfriend, especially since I've been bringing boyfriends to meet them up until then, but regardless, I'm showing up with someone that wasn't a part of our plan. They didn't know they were coming. I don't care who it is. Why wouldn't I just call in advance and say, hey, Mom, I want to bring someone. Is that okay? Because you understand, even bringing someone new into the family dynamic, it changes the entire vibe of the trip because they don't know them. They're not used to them. Now everybody's entertaining the new person, trying to make sure they're comfortable. Maybe everybody just wanted to relax.
Certainly. I felt when she asked if I was bringing anyone else, that was number one, kind of like an open invitation to do so.
Got it.
She didn't say don't bring anyone else. But additionally, I didn't know, again, I hadn't come out to my family yet. So to me,
So
it wasn't.
it that you hadn't come out and you were trying to bring your girlfriend into a situation where it would be hard for your parents to maybe act disappointed or treat her in a certain way because you're at a family gathering? And so I'll say it here, and that way everything will be cool and nobody will say anything.
No, Your Honor. The reason I did it this way was honestly because, again, I've never known my family to be homophobic.
Just because you know that your family is not homophobic does not mean you can come out anywhere. There's a time and place for everything, and you have to take things into context. You have to scan the environment and know, okay, I feel like this is not the right place for me to come out. Even though you know your parents are not homophobic, it's like coming out at the funeral of your brother and saying, hi guys, I just wanted to let you know I'm gay or I'm bisexual. Like, bro, everybody's gonna flip out on you because that's not the right place or the right time. It was a family vacation and you wanted to make it about you. It was not about you. It was a family vacation. So to me, it was simply the wrong place and the wrong time.
If I was Bree and you said, hey, come on and go to my family cabin with me, I'd have been like, because I haven't met them yet. I don't care if my plans did get canceled with my family. I'm not going. Or I would have said, well, did you ask your mom and dad?
Right.
I was hoping that my family seeing me as happy as I was would.
I get it. You didn't go about this the right way. So, Ms. Shaw, let's just cut to it. I'm not saying your feelings weren't hurt. And look, I'm also not saying that the discourse and the disagreement between you and your mom, that it wouldn't be reasonable in your mind to say, well, I wonder if she's just arguing like this because I brought a woman with me and not a man. Mm-hmm. But being a mother and thinking about this situation, thinking about curating a trip for my family, everybody coming, I've got an idea of who's gonna show up. I've decided I'm paying for all the other things. All you do is pay your part of the Airbnb. I'm covering everything else. And then bringing another person, that's not okay. That's not even okay to do to somebody's house that you don't know, bringing someone they don't think is going to be there.
So I felt like my brother had done it so many times. I just didn't think.
Well, let me tell you about that too. And this is a tough fact, but it is the truth. Sometimes boys and mamas, they get away. Look, everybody in the audience is going like this.
You're not wrong, Judge.
Boy, and it's not right.
Yep.
I was a daughter too, right?
Yep.
But sometimes boys and their mamas, boys can be a little bit more raggedy, and somehow mom will just figure out how to work it out. Now, I don't know if your brother was bringing girlfriends or just extra friends and showing up.
Girlfriends.
So your mom's saying
No.
that he never brought anybody that she didn't know.
And Honor, this is about her making the choice to leave. And she's trying to ask for this money back. And I love my daughter. And since she was young, she's always gotten everything she's ever wanted from us. But now she's an adult. And she made this commitment financially. We all did. And she chose to walk out. And so I feel like she should honor her commitment.
And that's the key. You chose to walk out. You weren't kicked out. I haven't even heard testimony today that would suggest that Bree was kicked out, right? No one was. You got upset because whatever reaction you wanted, you didn't get. Or because somewhere deep inside you, you knew this wasn't the time to bring an extra person to my family's gathering. And again, this has nothing to do with the fact that you're dating a woman. You'd already walked yourself into a situation where you were going to second guess anything that happened.
Your Honor,
because
everything was
you didn't just
fine,
do what you were
though.
supposed to do.
Everything was totally fine until I had corrected my mother and said she was my romantic partner. Prior to that, everyone was getting along fine. Things were great. We were making plans for the day.
Do you think they could have not gotten along even after you said it? It may have required you and your mom having a conversation, or you and your dad, but you didn't give it that time because you decided this was toxic. I don't want to be there. I'm leaving. So the way this court sees it is you paid your money in a group setting, right?
Yes,
Once
ma'am.
you paid it and the Airbnb was secured, the deal was done. Now, you bringing another person didn't really change the deal because two people could be in every room. There were too many other options to resolve this before you got pissed and just stormed out. And for this reason, this court does not believe that your mom owes you back the $1,133. And look, I'm gonna tell you another, I'm gonna tell you that, but I'm gonna tell you another thing. As a mother, I don't care where you are or what you paid. When you go and you spend time with your parents, you're gonna always be their little girl. They're always gonna have something. They have to say that you should do that, and you should honor that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't believe your mom in this situation was going to throw either of you out. I think you all needed a minute to talk through things, and you didn't give it that time. And you decided to leave. And when you decided to leave, you decided to lose your money. With that said, judgment for the defendant, plaintiff's case is dismissed. Court is adjourned.
Interesting case, and this is a lesson for everybody, you know. In life, you have to understand that there's a time for everything. You can't just be living life as if everything conforms to your context only. No, you have to understand that there are also other people involved. So whatever decision you make, you also have to consider other people's feelings. You have to think about how other people will feel and whether they might feel like their space is being encroached on. You always have to keep that in mind. Maybe through this case, the daughter has learned that next time, this is not the right way to handle something like this. And this can also be a lesson to the people watching this. Maybe someone is thinking about coming out, or maybe someone has something important to tell their parents. You have to know the setting first. You have to know when to reveal certain sensitive information. You can't just reveal something anywhere just for the sake of revealing it, because the place and the time you reveal something can affect how the other person responds to it. It can either be positive or negative. So you always have to keep that in mind. And again, thank you guys for watching and for the support. The support has really been immense. The channel is growing, and I appreciate everyone who has supported, commented, liked, and shared. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit the bell notification so that you get notified every time there's a new upload on this channel. See you in the next one.